Here's another short video in the Frottage series that is a bonus for working with your scraps. I just did a video that was all about kind of windows and portals, but now I would like to also offer just another way to work with your scraps, the bits that are like the outside kind of shapes. So what do you need? Just scraps from the other videos. Hopefully you haven't chucked it out. If you're like, what are you talking about, other videos? There is a Frottage series where I take you through different ways to kind of get into using Frottage, which is texture rubbings. And yeah, I take you through a couple of different ways to work with it, including collage and stitching with needle and thread. And let's jump into this one. So grab some materials. You'll need a piece of paper to kind of be your grounding force here, your frame, your surface to stick onto. And then, yeah, a glue stick and maybe something to draw with. And today we're going to just focus on just responding to our pieces, our scrap pieces, in a really kind of curious, intuitive way where we're not trying to make an image, we're just like allowing ourselves to kind of respond to what's already present. So at the very least, just a lead pencil or colorful pencils and your scraps. So let's start. First, we're just going to play around with our scraps. So you'll have maybe some shapes, maybe you have some like cut out things from other artworks too. And now it's just finding a way to kind of arrange them on your page that feels good. So have a play. I can see, aha, these two actually come together. They got ripped apart. Ooh, I could put them back together, but I won't because I quite enjoy this kind of balance of almost the opposites. So I'm going to go with that. So have a play. You might find some other scraps you want to add in. This is not too different to the collage video, but in the collage video, we did not add in extra things. So today, just gonna add in whatever feels right for you. So have a look at your pieces and then, yeah, make some decisions around sticking them down. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're just gonna roll with our intuition, our creative intuition, and not do too much overthinking, which I know is tricky. But what if today you didn't have to do that? You don't have to overthink. What if you can just jump into this, stick some things down, interact with it? What if you could give yourself permission to do that? And if you're new to this channel, that is the vibe. It's giving yourself permission to play and not necessarily know what you're doing, but starting to really build up that creative intuition. I'm gonna leave that out. All right, so mark making. For the life of me, I cannot find my lead pencil. So I guess, oh, there it is. So with mark making, it's mark making and we're doing it mindfully. So the intention is not necessarily trying to control the pattern, but not going with a pattern that's feeling good to you. So I'm going to start with this space because I can really see that there's a nice space here. So I'm going to play with line to start with. So just making lines and I'm responding to the shape that I can see. So yeah, maybe the first invitation is to respond to a shape that you can see and kind of fill in that space with lines. And I'm going to go back and fill in the gaps as well. And I hope it's understood that the intention of these videos is like, it's a break from trying to control things and having to know what you're doing and having to strive towards an outcome. I mean, this could be a little break for you in your day. Like, I'm just going to sit down and do this video of Mary Helen. I've got some scraps and I've got a pencil, stick it down and just responding. Yeah, that's it, right? Okay, this is such an open space, I'm noticing, and maybe you're noticing that about yours. And so it could be that you add in a shape, and maybe you're responding to the shapes on the page to map that out. So I'm going to make some shapes. They're organic. I'm closing them off because I want to give myself some places to play on my page. And now I might just actually scribble. So what if the mindful marking is about letting yourself scribble a bit? Yeah, just scribbling around. And now I've created even more spaces. And this video might go really long if I take all my time to fill this in, so this is where things might speed up a bit. But now the invitation is to mark into these spaces. And ideally, you take your time and you're not rushing. But I want to acknowledge too, if you're using pencil, that's like super detailed. Now I'm seeing that I just want to play with some bolder lines over here. And maybe cross-hatching them. Just going to bring that up so you can see a bit closer. So now the invitation is to respond. It can be marks, it can be shapes. Filling in the gaps, filling in the spaces. Perhaps you're using color, and it could be, yeah, it could just be that you do just shade in that space. Maybe you bring in more frottage, like you chuck some things under. And you do that. Do I have anything? All my frottage stuff is left. Okay. Oh no, not true. I'm gonna do what I say. I've got this big bowl. Open up this paper. And I'll just like fill in the gaps. It's not really rendering much here. But hey, that's what happens when you get creative. It doesn't always work out, but that's okay. I'm still going to press ahead because I think something interesting will happen here. And if you were in the other videos, if you were in them, if you watch them, you'll probably notice not everything always worked out how I thought it would. But still, I've now got some textures in there. I like that. I like that. There's no need to be too precious. Oh. I'm on quite a textured surface, so yeah, that's taken away some of those bigger spaces for me that were feeling a little overwhelming. And we can make those choices. If something's feeling too overwhelming in our art, we can make a choice to not go with it and to change the direction, you know. You're in control of that. I'm not. I can't see what you're doing, so I don't know. So responding to the shapes with shape. I'm quite liking this kind of spirally look. Got a bit of glue on my page there, so it's not landing so well. Shapes and lines. Slowing down enough to kind of catch your breath as well while you're making marks. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit of a complex process I've created here. There's a lot to fill in, so let's see. Maybe it might be time to bring in some colors. Quite fancy a brown. And yeah, this is where you might be like, what colors would I like to bring in? And maybe you pick a color that you don't normally use. Like I wouldn't normally pick brown unless I was using it very representationally. But I'm liking it today, and it's bumping up against the edges. Actually, blue. Bumping up against the edges of the torn paper, which is like so delicate. So I'm just actually gonna give the torn edges a bit of love. Yeah, color into them, why not? I'm in charge. You're in charge of your artwork, wherever you're at with that. Now I'm just going to play with like little marks. Noticing just like the pressure I'm putting down with the pencils. It's not necessarily a soft medium. Now I'm going to play with a bit of a gradient. So I'm going to go from dark and I'm going to go light. So I'm playing with that pressure of really pressing down and then light, 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 soft, soft, soft. I desire an orange. Aha. And I just want to block out with colour to balance out all the marks that I made. Now listen, when I'm making art, I don't usually talk about what I'm doing, so I'm just saying exactly why I'm doing things, because I suppose I do this without saying it out loud. So this is great for me noticing. So what are you noticing about how you're going about it? Like, what do you need in your image? So we're really playing with the abstractness here. Which is open to your interpretation. Maybe you're using a different medium other than pencil that allows you to kind of move faster or slower. So just let your pencil lead you. See where you go. See what you come up with. This space here, I like it as space. And I filled it up. But still, I like that idea. And I almost feel like the invitation there is to cut that out, even though I'll be cutting into other artworks. But I don't know that I'm so fussed about that, because it's telling me to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to cut it out. Ah, the joy of being a very spontaneous artist. Wow! How cool is that? Because I'm using this scrap paper, I've kind of discovered something cool there. Yeah. It's never a boring day in my world, is it? With art making. Stick it down. All right, it's like an open studio. Welcome to my home. All right, so yeah, that's I'm gonna stop there. Hey, yeah. Thanks for hanging out and playing. I wonder how you went. Keep working if you're working. Your artwork does not need to look like mine. They should look very different because you have different items. You've made different shapes. So the takeaway here is like, have a play, fill in the spaces, color, lines, shapes, more texture, more frottage. See what happens. And take crazy risks like cutting out your page. You never know what's under there. But also if that feels really scary for you, that's okay to just be where you are with that. Alright, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of my tutorials, and let's call these open studios, these bonus videos. Okay, thanks so much.